that something has touched you tonight to cause you to want to do more. But this whole thing was put together and put on by somebody who is already inspiring, who is out there touching lives, who has a great big vision to go out and change the world one person at a time. He's been a very, very dear and good friend of mine for many years now, and he's all about making it great. And I know tonight he has made it great for you.
Yes.
He's looking to leave a stamp on your life, and so that you would take something out of here and go out and do something great.
It's not about the money. It's about your passion, guys, and following that. If you find that and go into its full potential, the money will chase you down.
You guys having an awesome time. Have you had an awesome time so far tonight? I'm sitting in the back, and there's been so many different people that's graced the stage tonight that's just really made me smile, and I built this smile one tooth at a time, so if you see it. And look, when Nene came up, she didn't know, her parents drug her up here from L.A., actually, and she didn't know that she was going to be given an award to tonight, and they kind of sprung it on and surprised her. And how can you not see that video and not fall in love with what she's doing? And I'm in the back, and I've seen it a few different times, and I still feel myself welling up when I see it, and I'm like, man, what inspiration that's coming from someone that's so young. And she's 12. Can I give you a high five or something? Just something. All right, sound effects there. I mean, and our youth is leading like this. It just blows my mind that that's happening. You know, actually, Chase, are you here, my daughter? Where you at, Chase? Chase, come here. Come up here real quick. I want Chase to share something with you guys. Let's clap her up, clap her up. This is my daughter, Chase. And our theme is leaving a legacy. I want you to do that. I do a lot of writing, a lot of poems and what have you that are designed with a message, and I'm gonna put on a spot here and see if she can pull one off. Go ahead.
Leave a Legacy, from the book Breadcrumbs to Making It Great by Cedric R. Crawford. There once was this man whose hair was all gray. He sat on his porch in a rocking chair all day. He spent most of his days just crying alone because all of his kids had grown and moved on. His wife had passed away a few years before, and the future for him, he didn't know it was in store. He spent most of his days thinking of what he should have done and the quality time missed with his daughters and sons. His mind was overflowing with thoughts of regret and the type of example he had managed to set. He never had time to see his kids at their games, and he never once knew their closest friends' names. He never had time to go to family events because on his job was where most of his time was spent. He really thought he had his priorities in order, but he lacked the proper bond with his sons and his daughters. He thought about his job and he worked all the time, but the words legacy and creating memories had never crossed his mind. W-O-R-K was the way he spelled love, you see, but his kids chose to spell it T-I-M-E. Oh, what a shame, some will say when this story is told, but it's all too common for those of us who grow old. It's amazing to see what some value the most: a nice house, fancy cars, and other luxuries we boast. It's okay to have nice things, but don't let them be your vice or prevent you from playing an active role in your kids' lives. You see, this old gray-haired man had realized this all but too late, that creating a legacy and making memories is not up for debate. He was finally starting to see he was reaping what he had sowed, and for expecting family visits, his kids never showed. Success on a job can never make up for failure at home. So take heed to this message before your kids are grown and gone. And if they're already grown and gone and you never took the time, be sure to give them a frame copy of my short little rhyme. Work as you must to live and faithfully carry the torch, so that one day you can smile on that porch. So from this day forward, think of what you must do. And remember, in life, we only get one time through. Pay close attention to what you do and how you behave, and make sure to create a legacy that makes you smile from that grave. So when your name is mentioned by those who remain, they'll smile and only think of positive things. So when it comes your time to draw your last breath and check out, may your loved ones say, he or she knew what leaving a legacy was all about.
Good job. Awesome. 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 Wow. I'm sitting over there just getting these goosebumps, just like, oh my. And she's 10, and she's, I tell you, she's got a lot of them locked away and internalized, and she can pull them babies off. And I tell you, she's so far ahead of where I was when I was her age, I got to tell you. And so it makes me feel good to see that, the legacy of what I do is being cast off to her as well, and my other kids as well, Cedric and Chance that are in the room. I tell you this, legacy, it's an acronym. I create a lot of those, by the way. Legacy, living every day, giving all completely of yourself. I think that's a real catchy one. Because literally, if you can leave a legacy where you're giving completely of yourself, what more else is there to ask of you? And like exhausting and leveraging and squeezing the juice out of every minute in anticipation that the next one won't happen. And guess what? One day you'll be right. Because we're not guaranteed the next minute. We don't know. I believe that we don't come back. We get one shot. And so then the question becomes, what are you doing with that shot? I'm so glad that you guys were able to come out here and you're sitting there and you're peering back at me, and I got to tell you, what's the legacy that you guys have left? And let's give them a hand again. The runners and Coach White, the whole crew, everybody here tonight. I'm not going to be before you long, but I did want to be able to try to just wrap this thing up in a nice little tight bow and say, hey, this is why we're here. So I'm going to keep it short. Matter of fact, let me see. I've got something here. Anybody know what this is? It's not a trick question. There you go. It's an hourglass, and it's not an hour, no. It's not. It's actually 18 minutes and 18 seconds. I don't know why the manufacturer put it that way. But as we all can agree, it's used to record what? Yeah, I'll help you with the hard ones. Time. It's time. So we're going to turn this over. And no, I'm not going to be up here 18 minutes, by the way. But we're going to let that run. Now, time is a lot of things. It's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than any locomotive, able to leap the tallest of buildings in a single bound. And no, it's not a bird, a plane, or Superman. It's time. And it's a lot of things, but one thing it's not. It's recyclable. You can't get it back. So what are you doing with yours? So whether you're 10 or 110, we all have 24 hours in the day. And the thing that makes the difference from those who are creating legacies that are worth duplicating or being plagiarized, is the ones that actually take captive those 24 hours and they're living them with some type of intent. One of you said intention. Success does not happen by accident. You're exactly right. It's with the greatest of intention. And being able to leverage that potential and not just keep the potential lying dormant, but leveraging this time to do some things. I tell you the best way to build that legacy thing, because like it or not, everybody in here, every last one of you, bar none, no exceptions, you're leaving some type of legacy. And either that legacy is something that people want to duplicate, or something that acts as a warning for not to duplicate. And some of us have a little mixture of both. In fact, all of us probably have a little mixture of both. If you agree with that, say yes. Yes, we do. But it's a legacy. So it's going to serve, your life's going to serve as an example of what to do or what not to do. And so then the questions come down to you. What are you deciding to do with those actual things with your life and those minutes that we cherish that we cannot get back? If you're getting it, say, oh yeah. All right, and it's really important how we model this legacy thing. I know we throw words like that around, but this legacy thing is really big. And the best way I can actually try to get this across and convey it is that your legacy, the best way to make it stick is to model it for people. I love modeling it for my kids and other people that dare to get close enough to me to listen. I like to let them see what happens and cast the vision. And not just the success part. This whole P.I.E thing was birthed from a what-if scenario. But then, does that surprise you? If you look around, everything we see without exception was birthed from some what-if scenario. P.I.E is the same thing. I discussed it with my kids and said, hey guys, I have this idea, I have this dream, that Coach White said, that I want to do something to bring people together and be able to inspire them, motivate them, encourage them, rejuvenate them, transformate them. Pick another ATM and it probably fits. I said, well, how can I do that? I can bring them in and we can do that. So I want to model that stuff and let them watch you succeed. But even more importantly than that, is let them watch you fail. But you don't stay in the failure. Let them watch you bounce back. Because see, there's even a lesson in the failure. So very important. In fact, don't allow the memory of your last failure to bully you into a mindset of mediocrity. I like to say it that way. In fact, I got Brent. You still here, Brent? Brent here. Brent, I'm gonna share this. Just not long ago, I actually just was in the area and I stumbled over to his house. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, and I pull up, and he lives on like an acre. He's got this chain link fence out front. And so I pull up, and I'm greeted by these barking dogs. One of them's like a yellow lab, and the other one's like a small mystery mutt. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, they were both barking at me. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't see a doorbell or anything because the house was about 30 feet away, 30 feet or so. And so I look up, and his wife, Kim, is there, and she looks out the door, and she's like, hey, go ahead and open the gate and walk up the driveway and come on up here. So I'm like, what? Did you see these dogs right here? They look hungry and looks like they like dark meat. So I'm like confused. So I'm like, what? She said, yeah, go ahead, open the gate, walk up the driveway, and come on up. Are you sure? You ever had that moment where you're like caught between a rock and a rock? Not a hard place, but a rock. And you're like, okay, I got a decision to make. Am I going to be a punk and walk away or, whatever? It's okay, no, I'm going to go ahead. So reluctantly, I open the gate. I walk up the driveway. I got to paint this picture. Here's the driveway, and here's the grass. And I'm walking, and I'm like, I know they can smell this fear. That's what they say, right? So I'm walking, and I'm trying not to make eye contact. Bless you. I'm trying not to make eye contact. And they're just coming at me. Row, 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 row. And I'm continuing to walk. And they're row, 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 row. And they're doing a thing. And so I get on up, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But I'm walking. So I get up there, and I get in the house. And obviously, I'm thinking like you, right? What was going on? So I asked her, Kim, what just happened back there? She's like, oh, well, they used to wear a shock collar. And anytime they step foot on the driveway, it would shock them. Now, she loves animals. She's a veterinarian or something like that. She owns Critters Without Litters. So they do the spade neutering and stuff. So if you want to get it cheap, just go to Critters Without Litters. Anyway, okay. So she says, no, it doesn't hurt them. It just gets their attention. And so I was like, wow. But they don't have the collars on anymore. And so she was like, yeah, I know. They're dumb. And so I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And so just like anything else I do, I just can't let it pass. I got to write something about it and find something in it that I can share with other people. In fact, if you like stuff like that, get my book, Make Breadcrumbs to Making It Great. There's tons of this stuff in there. And so I said, I'm going to write about this. And I said, there's a parallel here that has to do with human behavior. You see, they remember the pain of what it happened when they touched foot on that driveway, right? We as humans, when we fail or fall short of something, it kind of stings you, and then we remember it. And then if we're not careful, most of us will allow that memory to force us into a mediocre mindset of one that I'm not going to try again. If that's making sense, just blink your eyes. But here's the deal. We're humans, and they're dogs. So we can choose to say, no, wait a minute. That failure, that adversity is there to make me stronger. In fact, adversity is an acronym, ADVERSITY. It's the ability to develop via experiencing rough situations that involuntarily train you. Okay, the applause to that. I mean, it's involuntary. We don't expect it. We don't ask for it, but it comes to make you stronger. So we have to just say yes to it. And that makes all the difference for us. So yes, leaving that legacy and saying, hey, not just see me succeed, but also see me fail and then bounce back from that is important. If you're getting to say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now what's this P.I.E thing all about? I know some of you are probably asking. Raise your hand again if this is like your first P.I.E event. Oh, before you do that, hold this. Let me get this out of the way because I know there's some people still left here. Raise your hand if you're not going to raise your hand no matter what I say. All right, we got one. We got one over here. There's always one in every group, I tell you. There's two in this one. No, okay, no, we got it. Okay, raise your hand if this is your first P.I.E event. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what is this P.I.E thing? Can we put that graphic up there real quick? We'll run through it real quick. The P, I'm just going to throw it out there. P.I.E. It's your passion and your purpose. What is that? And I came up with this concept. I'm not going to tell you how it happened. Don't have time. So anyway, but the P is the passion and the purpose thing. What is that? And we throw these words out like they're just in the air. But it really does mean something. What is it? And it doesn't matter what age you are. Define that thing. And if you don't know what it is, that's your homework for life, by the way. The next one is we take that passion and purpose and that thing that makes us come alive, and we start to transition in the second phase of P.I.E.